Good evening, everybody. Well, it's been a slow week here on YouTube. The delectable drama that we all yearn for seems to have dried up for now, but I'm quite sure that there will be some more right around the corner. There always is. After all, Thunderfoot has promised one more video about Islam in the coming week, so I'm sure we will be out in force again with our pitchforks and torches by the end of the month looking for a lynching. Anyhow, with a much depleted subscription box, I did what I always do in such situations and went round to visit the channels belonging to what I like to think of as the usual suspects. Those channels where it's all but futile to try to subscribe, because you'll more than likely get blocked if you aren't blocked already. You know, the whack jobs here on YouTube who give us so much material to take the piss out of. Well, from the results of the wander around the lunatic fringe, while us atheists have been crucifying our saviour, the fundies have been hard at it, putting out videos with startling revelations. You may have seen my last video where Neffy stated last week that he is sane, intelligent, and has a tight grasp on reality. Yeah, I had to watch that bit again because I fell out of my chair laughing too. Well, he's not the only one giving us an insight into the thoughts stretching their legs and taking advantage of the extra space in their minds. There is a better one. In my boredom, I thought, what the hell, swung over to Illiterate Nick's channel. After all, mystical Forrest Gump, the chocolate starfish is always good for a few dumbass assertions and general fuckwittery. You know, he didn't disappoint. Firstly, Nick, what's with the muscular dude doing push-ups on your channel page background? We all know that nothing screams queen like an opinionated right-wing Christian who spouts off about how homosexuality is an abomination to the Lord and should be made illegal, but really, you aren't fooling anybody. Is the next background going to be a picture of the Hoff from Baywatch, or the housewife's favourite, Richard Simmons, replete in a sparkly tank top and stripy nut-hugger shorts? No, don't worry, I ain't really asking, so there's no need to tell. But anyway, I only needed to watch one video to find what I was looking for. The featured one. Atheists are weak and stupid. Nick, I think atheist should have been plural, but never mind. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time debunking the shit that you spout about your stepsister and all the other drivel and hatred that you spew. No, I'm going to play a specific part of it, which I think is quite insightful, and says an awful lot about you, Nick. For the viewer, Nick has a sister, who he claims is married to an atheist, and he claims that she says that she is the victim of domestic abuse. He states that atheists turn Christians, like his stepsister, into other atheists, as she now apparently hates God and blames him for the pasting that her husband has been giving her. Big clue, Nick. If she is blaming God for her predicament, then she still believes that such a thing exists. You fucking moron. She isn't an atheist. You haven't got the slightest clue what an atheist is, have you? Furthermore, rather than having the natural reaction in such a situation of wanting to re-educate the son of a bitch with a clue stick, you would rather debate him about his atheism? What's up, Nick? Is he a lot bigger than you? More man than you can handle? Are you a pussy, Nick? All this fighting talk, Nick, we hear a lot of bullshit and bravado coming from you, but when it matters, when someone is knocking your half-sister around, all you want to do is talk to them about God? Yeah. That just about sums you up. Anyway. Now, aside from the fact that he appears more preoccupied by the fact that she is blaming God for this, rather than the fact that she's getting 10 bells knocked out of her, he then goes on into a rant about how you should take responsibility for what happens to you, and reels through a long list of situations where it is your own fault and not God's. You only have to blame yourself. What is startling in the extreme is what Nick considers not to be your fault. I'll roll the clip and let you hear it for yourself.
It's always been our fault. It's always your fault. Don't blame God for anything. I'm sick and tired of people blaming God when someone dies. Oh, it's God's fault. Or, you know, my life sucks. Oh, it's God's fault. No, it's not God's fault. It's your fault. If you die from cancer, it's because you smoked too much, probably, or drank too much. If you die in a car accident because you've been drinking, guess what? It's your fault. If you kill someone else, now, that's the difference. There are some things that happen in life that you can't control, and it's not your fault. But the shit that you guys talk about, the shit you talk about, it's your fault.
Nick, I'm speechless. I'm looking for the question I want to ask, but I'm having real difficulty getting to grips with what you have just said. If you die from cancer, it's your own fault. If you die in a car accident because you have been drinking, it's your own fault. But if you kill someone else, that's different. Let me ask you, Nick, and I warn you, I'm going to swear now, so it may invalidate the seriousness of the fucking question, but if you kill someone, how, in your skull-fucked tiny little mind, is that not your fault? If someone else is dead because of your direct fucking actions, how the fuck are you not to blame? Did you kill someone, Nick? Did someone in your family kill someone, Nick? And is this how you rationalise it? There are some things that happen and it isn't your fault. Well, Nick, there are some things that happen, and if it happened by your hand, if you are directly responsible, if your actions lead to it happening, then it fucking well is your fault. Nick, I have said it before and I'm going to say it again. You, sir, are an arsehole.